Hello, all you great wild horse fans. I thank you very much for the 225,000 views. I'm sorry, I haven't been putting together stuff. Oh, my brain's mixed up, and you know, there's some people mixing me up, and I'm mixing myself up. You know, and there's some people that are like after me and jealous of me. I mean, no reason to be jealous of me, really. I mean, I don't know why people are jealous of me. You know, jealous because of people I know or something. Well, I'd be jealous. There's no reason to be jealous of me. I mean, I'm not worth being jealous of. I'm really not. You have to understand that, ladies and gentlemen. You have to understand that. You know, uh, I had a person in the room gone. I understand. Probably didn't like what I was saying. That's forgivable. Now, other than that, you wild horse fans, you've been nothing but great. Hey, yeah, you've been patient with me. I've I'm trying my best to do some great shows. Now, I'm going to discuss something with a relative, but I'm not guaranteeing anything. I'm not guaranteeing anything. And I'm not going to say anything at this point because it's going to be a secret. Nothing bad, all good. It's all good. Hmm. Yeah. I'll see what I can do about certain things, but I won't say what it is because what if it doesn't happen? Because a lot of things in my life don't happen. When you think things happen, they don't happen. When you think things are great, they turn bad. I mean, that's the story of my life. I can speak for that. Now, I know a lot of you wild horse fans. You've been through the negatives. You understand what I'm talking about. Yeah. There's always some neighbor that wants to get in your yard with a dog, just like that nutball I had in Wadena, that ex-pastor, real nutcase. He's lucky I didn't smack him one in the chops. But no, I left him alone. And another neighbor, he didn't like me after a while because, it's just weird. I had one, when I left Wadena, Minnesota, I had one friend left who was Michael the Marn Dog. And I thank Michael the Marn Dog for interviewing on my show. I thank him very much. He was a very nice man. He's had a lot of negatives in his life. It's very sad. I mean, even though the man has a lot of negatives, he tries very hard to be a positive guy. And I'm proud of Michael the Marn Dog for that. Okay, so yeah, yeah, it's just yeah, just trying to do interesting things. Okay, I went to Buster's recently with my camera. Buster's is closed. Boy, I remember years ago that Buster's bar and grill was just so crowded. You couldn't hardly get in. Yeah, like I said, I remember a guy years ago named John Morris. He told me, he says, I have to get to Buster's early. He said, otherwise, I can't get in. He says, you always go early. He says, he asked me once, he said, are you ever interested in going to Buster's? I said, I'm not into bars, John. He says, oh, you know what you're missing? All those women out there, he said. I said, no, John, I'm not into drinking because, I don't like to get into fights or anything. And it's okay. He said, so your loss or something like that. But I didn't care. I don't care if he says my loss. I mean, I was, that was in the 90s. So that was when I was dating a beautiful lady who didn't go to bars. I mean, first class and everything. Very pretty, I'll tell you that. Ooh, yeah, very pretty. Ooh la la. Mm-hmm. But anyway, anyway, it's let's okay. Let's see. I think my channel's going, isn't it? I'll go check. Okay, let's see. I'll go check. Yep, that's check. It's going. Okay. Well, okay. I had to check. I had to make a check, make sure it's going, and it is. So, all right. Now, welcome to the room wherever you are. That's my 225,000 view special. And if you are a viewer, well, I guess that person was. Now, Technically, it's a viewer. Thank you for viewing my show. Okay, thank you. I'm going to thank everybody, even if they view for 2 seconds. So you viewers are great. Positive ones, negative ones. It doesn't matter which ones. It really doesn't. Oh, there's certain people out there, they'll make fun of my sleep apnea. You know, that's shameful because I really do have sleep apnea. Get a machine like this, ladies and gentlemen, you have to go through government tape in the United States. I can't speak for other countries, but in the United States, you start doing fraud, it's prison time for you. It's prison time for you. No thanks. A lot of what? No stick in my rear end. You can tell. I'll tell you that. No stick in the rear end. No way. No. Uh. Oh man. Let's see. Excuse me. Whew. I got the burps. No, I sure got the burps. Yep. I'm just sure happy I have my 225,000 views. Yeah, I've goofed up on things. I mean, I just make too many mistakes, on my channel. I'm not like most of you people. I mean, you're smarter than I am. Most of you are. I mean, you can run YouTube better than me. There's some of you that don't have confidence. Why don't you give it a try? Just try. I mean, you're not going to get big right away. No. A lot of your biggest channels out there were small at one time. Think about it. Everybody has to start from the beginning. Everything. Remember, all your fastest vehicles out there started not running at all. Your planes did not fly at all. Your trains didn't go at all. It all started from the beginning. I just got to remember that, ladies and gentlemen. But most of you know that, I know. But some of you that don't remember that, try your best to, okay? Because everything has a beginning when you start out. And you too, always start planning and stuff like that, like I do. Yeah, in the beginning I was nervous, especially now I was interviewing a friend of, now he's not a friend of mine anymore, a guy named Brian Howell from Louisiana. Thank you for stopping by. Yeah, I was nervous interviewing him. Brian, I was surprised he didn't get on YouTube. Brian did very well. Did very well on YouTube. I think if Brian would have had the proper, shows to think about. I mean, if I would have been with him, I would have helped him, sure. You know, I would have helped him, sure. And oh yeah, anybody battles him, he'll battle you. He loves battles. Well, Brian, he'll battle you. Oh yeah, he'll battle you one way or another. Find some friends that'll battle you one way or another. Friends, wherever he can find them. You don't even tell me where his friends are in the other side of the spectrum, so to speak. You won't tell me that. Mm-mm. You don't tell anybody. He thinks that he tells you. He thinks you think he tells you. A lot of people believe it. He had me thinking that way too, because he's a smart man. But at the same time, but we went our separate ways, and I'm sure he's got a happy life. He's a married man now, very happy. Does all kinds of interesting stuff, I'm sure. You know, yeah. I gotta get water. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm right back here. Have some spring water. It's cold. Thank you there, timestamp guy. Cheers to you there, my friend. Cheers to you. Yeah, I was late in my 225,000 view special, and I didn't really put anything together. So you know. Thank you very much. Thank you. Yeah, things have been just gotten interesting for me, and just all kinds of interesting stuff. There's been some channels out there that have an interest in me, certain channels. I'm not going to say what it is, but I'm going to have to say no to those kind of channels. Certain kinds of channels out there. I'm going to have to say no. Too controversial for me because I'm going to live the YouTube life of not being controversial because I want to be a non-controversial channel. Those who want to be controversy in politics, yeah. Those want to be controversy in politics. I mean, that's fine. It's like I tell my friend Mike, there's 40% one side, 40% other side. You have the 17% to battle, the 15 to 17%. You know, I'm talking about politics, to be honest with you. I'm talking about politics, but I'm not a political channel though, because those want to be political channels. Don't go set up your own channel and be a politician. As I always tell them. No, I wouldn't. Oh yes, this is one thing I've told many people. I think I've said in a previous channel. Yeah, one time years ago in the '80s, this was interesting. Yeah, this is interesting actually. I don't know if I ever said it before. I may have said it in another show. I ever saw a senator named Rudy Boschwitz. He was a guy that once owned Plywood, Minnesota. Yeah. One time I was going up the escalator. I saw him. Oh, my mother. Oh, she just thought he was the greatest guy on earth, and my dad thought he was a pile of dog. You know what? Okay. I go up there, shook his hand. I said, "Hi, Rudy." He said, "Hi, Randy." And the fence was in the IDS tower at the time. I'd say was like this high. Yeah, and he was very close to the fence. He had no security on him. He was by himself. It was just weird. I thought to myself, my goodness gracious, nobody hope he doesn't get pushed down the off the second tier. I was worried about him actually, you know. Oh yeah, nowadays they have to have bodyguards. Yeah, politicians, even to state legislatures, have to have bodyguards because all kinds of people attack them. You know, I mean, to be a politician, one's got to have thick skin. I mean, my skin is too thin. I mean, see if I was, say, yeah, running against you, timestamp guy. Let's say you and I were running in politics. I mean, we'd be digging in each other's past lives. I mean, you you go down the gutter on each other. Just go down the total gutter. I mean, if a person can't take it and blows up, they lost the election. See, when they dig in the hey, hey, monkey mafioso. Hey. There you are. Yeah, yeah. I was just celebrating my 250,000 view, 225,000 view. I'm not a stupid guy. I'm so dumb. I'm dumb as my friend, my enemy, Tom Van the Kelvin. Yeah. Well, anyways, yeah, okay, tomorrow, yeah, that's what I say. Yeah, but the thing is, timestamp guy, when a person runs for politics, one against the other, they always dig down deep, you know, and a person's got to have the thick skin to take it. And my skin is too thin. I mean, I'm gonna, there's a unnamed channel, for example, out there that's been really raking the coals of me. And a friend of mine said to him, ignore him. I have, it's not easy, you know. Oh, I understand that timestamp guy, but sometimes it actually works though. You see, sometimes digging down actually works because for example, let's just say if this certain politician did something wrong with certain people, like say swindling the elderly out of money or something like that, or say if they were owned auto garage and started swindling. See, an elderly woman that had to go to the grocery store with her car. I mean, we got to know stuff like that. Oh yeah, that politician's going to run away and stuff. Yeah, legitimate. That's right. Yeah, that is true. Yeah. But that thing with Rudy Boschwitz, it was just so weird. I'll never forget that. Second floor, the fences in the IDS tower were like this high. He was all by himself. His face is like this, and the fence was behind him. And I was just worried about him. I thought, oh my goodness, I hope nobody throws him off the second tier. I was worried about him, but nobody did. That's good. Those are, was it the early 80s? I think it was, yeah. Yep. I remembered Rudy Boschwitz. Minnesota, the senator of the state of Minnesota. Yep. Yes. I take aspirin. I'm getting kind of a headache. Getting kind of a headache here. Excuse me. Yeah. Yeah, tomorrow I'm going to go to my nephew's wedding. Congratulations to my nephew. And like I say, I'm going to talk to some relatives. I'm going to work out some deals, possible deals. I think Monkey Mafioso must have left. Thanks for stopping by, Monkey Mafioso. Yeah. Thank you very much. Yeah. No, anyway, seriously, yeah. Yeah, it was really funny. I remember the mayor of Zambica some years back, a guy they called Haji, who once owned the Zambica Motel. I'm surprised that guy won. He makes me look intelligent, and that's hard to beat. He makes me look smart. Yeah, but they tore down the motel now in Zambica, so they don't have a motel there anymore. So now it's some gas station. Yeah, now it's some gas station, and almost every building in downtown Zambica is closed, except for the post office and I think the beauty shop. You know, they have a couple of gas stations on the way. They had a car dealership. They had like a classic car dealership, but the problem is up there in central Minnesota is, people don't have the money, to buy the vehicles. A lot of people don't. It's not like in some areas of the country where they have money. Because it takes a lot of money to get a vehicle these days. It takes a lot of money, especially the real old ones. Yeah, you ever see what they charge at Barrett Jackson for some of those vehicles? I mean, wow. Like, oh, many thousands. Oh, the six. Oh, it's just baffling, actually. Yeah. Oh, what was it? Yeah, I never rode any classic cars by chance. I never owned any, to be honest with you. Let's see, but did I ever ride any classic cars? I rode in a '70 Mustang. A guy named Adam once owned. It had a 351 Windsor. That was real quick. He souped that thing up. That'd be worth some money, but not major money. Well, good money, I'd say. Let's see. I rode in that. Let's see. I hmm. Oh, I rode in the '67 Chevelle SS 396. Boy, Brian Warhol, that car I rode in, that was the fastest car I ever rode in. The back ones gets the seats, it's just like my nephew Reed and his Tesla, all that thing could cook. Well, that car could cook. I mean, it was an ugly gray exterior, but the interior was just so beautiful black with a Hearst 4-speed Hearst on the floor, man. That car could cook. Oh, geez, I wish I'd win this stupid Lotto America. Oh man. Let's see. Oh, I won two. Oh yeah. Let's see. What's this? Is this one Saturday? Yeah. Well, yes. This one I won my $2 on. That's $2 there. Yeah. $2 there. Okay. Yeah. 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 $2. Not very much. Yeah. Yeah. I just, like I say, I'm gonna talk to a relative. I'm gonna try to do something different with my channel, but I'm not going to guarantee anything. No guarantees on anything. So I'm not going to say what it is, because if something happens where it goes negative, I'll be disappointed, and the wild horse fans will be disappointed too. And one thing makes me sadder than me being disappointed is my fans being disappointed. Yeah, the fans' disappointment is worse than mine, much worse, because you're the most important out there, of course. I'm not important like you, good folks. No, of course not. No, 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 no. Yeah, you just, right. All right. All right. Yeah. Oh, I just, oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, yes. Some recent deaths that was interesting. The guy that played Wally Cleaver and Believe It to Beaver, Tony Dow, yeah, he recently died. I saw him as a guest on the Mod Squad. He played a pretty good bad guy, sort of, with his long hair. He played a pretty good creep, actually. Not bad, pretty good. Yes, but he didn't get the breaks in life. You know, yeah, Cleaver, Wally Cleaver. Tony Dow was his character is Wally Cleaver. He was this athletic guy. Always got A's, obeyed his parents, always protected his brother Beaver, known as Theodore Cleaver. Theodore Cleaver is a kid with all A's, but he was always doing dumb stuff all the time, and all his friends ran away from him. Yeah, it's kind of a corny show. Eddie Haskell, where I came from, a lot of kids liked Eddie Haskell. The guy who was by Ken Osmond, who became a motorcycle cop. Yeah, imagine that. He became a motorcycle cop after that. And he got shot at. Yeah. And it was one time some porn shop was, yeah, some porn shop was like using his name without permission. And yes, Ken Osmond showed up and said, "You better take that stuff down." It was actually him. He told him, "Hey, man, get rid of that with my name." Some kind of porn movie or some shit. Yeah. Ken Osmond came up and said, "You better get rid of it." Well, I'm sure, of course, that guy did. Because in real life, Ken Osmond was a tough guy. I mean, he knew martial arts. Yeah, he was actually a tough guy. He probably could beat Tony Dow in a fight, but sometimes those real tough guys, the weirdest thing is toughest actors and actresses, they play wimps. The smartest actors and actresses play idiots. Isn't that weird? Look at Barney. Don Knotts is Barney Fife. He plays this wimp deputy on the Andy Griffith Show. In real life, Don Knotts was a combat veteran in World War II who fought. Oh, he could probably kick most people's butts in a fight. Yeah, but on the show they made him like a wimp. Yeah, it's just weird. And Bob Denver, the guy who played Gilligan, in real life, Bob Denver was a teacher that was in like Shakespeare plays. He was a Shakespeare trained actor. He was trained in Shakespeare. Because you notice in some shows, if you ever watch them closely, or anybody else, I'll name some Shakespeare actors off my head. There's Fred Gwynne, who played Herman Munster. Okay, that's one of them. And here's um, Nancy Culp, who played Miss Jane Hathaway in the Beverly Hillbillies. She was Shakespeare trained too. And Robert Reed, who played Michael Brady in the Brady Bunch, he was also Shakespeare trained. Yeah. Sometimes you ever notice, except for I think Nancy Culp, they had the Shakespeare stuff. You know, they had the Shakespeare stuff. Yeah. They had Bob Denver as a Gilligan character doing Shakespeare plays. I mean, how could an idiot do a Shakespeare play? That's what I want to know. I asked to be who I want to be. That is the question, or something like that. Yeah, that was a part of a Shakespeare play, actually. I asked to be or not to be. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, anyways, I got to work on some new stuff for my channel, though. Yeah, I gotta work on some new stuff for my own channel. I gotta think of things. Because I can't be stale. I gotta create new characters. I can't just be old Tom Van McKeldin. It can't just stupid man. Yeah, I gotta create more characters somehow. I gotta create more because Tom Van McKeldin is turning stale. You know, because then you get into that sameness trap. You know, yeah, just like sometimes TV shows, they get into that sameness stuff, same old, same old, same old, you know. Yeah, that's why, for example, for TV shows, yeah, okay, look at Gunsmoke. That ran for 20 years, you know. At first, they followed the trends, they did what they did. Then, when the social issues came about, then they were changing for the social issues, even though it never happened in the Old West days. They pretended like it happened to interest the viewers. See, that is smart of the people who ran Gunsmoke. That's smart. Even though a lot of it was false, it was smart. And my favorite Gunsmoke episode was actually 1974. I don't know if you've ever seen it. It's called Island in the Desert. Yeah, when Festus and that one guy, yeah, he was like living in a desert. He had this little land full of water, and yeah, yep, cowboy robots. Yeah, yeah, that's true. Cowboy robots. Yeah, plenty of those. Oh yeah, speaking of cowboys, I went to the oh that uh, Nickel County Fair out in Garden City, Minnesota. I met some of the kids that were riding the horse and putting the egg on the spoon. That was pretty cool. One guy dropped his egg because he was looking at my camera. I thought, and then the young guy was looking kind of mad at me. I thought to myself, "What are you looking at me mad for? You're supposed to concentrate on the egg, not on my camera." But the rest of the young people, they ignored me. Yeah, that was true. It was weird. And that one girl that came by, I said hi to her. She said hi, and stuff like that. Then they took an intermission. I had to go back because, see, my friend from Garden City, Mike, I had to see. I parked my car at his place, and it was like 2-3 miles away, and I didn't want to keep my car parked there all day because that's not good manners and stuff, to have free parking there. Well, people were paid like $5 to like park the vehicle, and yeah, yeah. Mike was nice enough to let me park in his driveway, and then I walked to the Brown County Fair and saw the goats. The goats were pretty cool, I like those goats. Can't feel sorry for them. They end up being food, but well, they're prey animals, and humans make goats into a market. So what can I do? They're goat farmers, and I'm Randy the Wild Horse on YouTube. So they got me beat. Yeah, they got me beat. Yeah. Yeah, there's one pig there. He was trying to tempt me to put my hand through the fence, but I know better to put my hand through a fence with a pig because a pig will bite it. Oh yeah, pigs love biting. That's what my mother used to tell me when I was little. She says, "Don't you ever put your hand where there's a pig, because a pig will chew it off." That's what my mom said, because she was a farmer, out in she raised on a farm of the people named the Strands, her foster mother and father, and yeah, that's true. Yeah, my foster mother and father in Rolette, North Dakota. See, my grandfather Thomas. Yeah, oh God, Ancestry.com. Oh, I say they're just something else. These claim my grandfather Joseph died in 1937. He died in 1946. And I have relatives that just waste their money on Ancestry.com. You, I wouldn't, I wouldn't put my family stuff in Ancestry.com if somebody paid me to do it. That's how inaccurate it is. It's just, yeah, yeah, that's true. And see, my grandfather, I have a picture of my grandfather Joseph. It's in one of my videos. What was it? What was it called again? Some history guy out in Reddit or something. Yeah, he was claiming that my grandfather died in 1937. I put a video up, and then that person left Reddit. That person just left Reddit. Yeah. Hopefully, some of the people there asked him, "Well, why do you say that for?" He's got a picture, and well, I don't know. I don't know. Well, I just copy what I see in other people's stuff. That's what I do. I don't really look at people's stuff because it's a waste of time. I just do 1 minute of research. That's all I do. Because I'm an expert, and Ancestry.com just lets me. Yeah, that's how they work. That's how they work over there at Ancestry.com. That's how they work. Hmm. Yeah, that's how Ancestry. That's why I won't subscribe to those yo-yos or those false history people. You know. Oh yeah, then they had that spit test, and stuff like that, and they showed like Norway and all those dots. That even hit Hallingdal, Norway, and my grandfather's relatives came from Hallingdal, Norway. You know, totally pathetic. You know. Well, in case you left, timestamp guy, thanks for stopping by. Thank you very much. Thanks for talking. Or didn't you like? I don't. I had those numbers thing up there. I tell you. Yeah, those numbers. Yeah, I'll tell you. Yeah, yeah. I just. Oh yeah, you're still here. Good. Oh yeah, that's right. You always say goodbye when you go. I forgot about that. Sorry about that. My apologies. I'm just. Oh, I'm just so forgetful sometimes. I'm just so forgetful. Yep, I'm so forgetful. Yeah, me too. Yeah. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Uh, yeah. Otherwise, not much really is going on in my life. Oh yeah, there's my microphone for my headphones, which I'm not going to use right now since it's kind of daytime. So yeah, yeah. Since it's kind of daytime, yeah. I tell you. Okay, look, where was I? Oh yeah, yeah. See, the thing about doing videos too is just so many out there. Hey, go like my channel. And sometimes I'll just like, yeah, there you go. Had some pie before dinner. Hmm. Yeah, I love cherry and pumpkin pie. Yeah, I miss my mother's pumpkin pie. Nobody made pumpkin pie like my mother. I'm surprised she didn't take it out to market and make money off it. She would have been rich. And my dad probably would have spent all the money. Oh yeah, he'd spend it on all his friends, and then we'd be broke. Yeah, my dad, he had to buy his friends. Yeah, had to buy all his friends. Yep. While he had a, while he was married to my mother and kids, and my mother stayed home all the time. It was just weird. I had a weird growing up. I'll tell you that. Yeah. Yep, used to pick up my father in the bar, and he'd be stumbling drunk, and sometimes I'd drive on a permit from Brooklyn Park to downtown Minneapolis, which was about over 10 miles away. I had to, of course, watch for cops. Of course, luckily, before they had the cameras on the stoplights, they had the cameras on the stoplights, I'd be in trouble now. But yeah, yeah, oh yeah, yep, those were the days. Yeah, now though, I don't really go to bars anymore. I have no interest, especially when you have to use this dumb thing every night. Gotta use that dumb thing every night, put over my nose so I can breathe and sleep. And I try to stay away from the cigarette smoke because I know cigarette smoke that'll kill me. Yeah, that'll kill me for sure. Yeah, yep, that's for sure. Yeah, yep. Well, let's see now. Okay, I'm on 36 minutes thus far. Okay, I'll try to keep going as long as I can. Oh, what else is going on in my lovely life? Yeah, yeah. Let's see. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna come on. Yeah, doesn't work. Oh well. Yes, it is. Yeah, the reason it's earlier is because I had a 225,000 subscriber special, and tomorrow I'm going to be busy. My nephew's going to get married and stuff like that. My nephew's going to get married, so I'm going to be very busy. You know, and yeah, then I got to make a call and check on a couple things. I got to dress up for the wedding and stuff like that. My sister insists I dress up really nice. I say, okay. Maybe she'll let me wear this hat. Who knows? I don't know. Of course, I ought to probably shave the stubbies, shave the stubbies off, of course. Yeah. Yeah, I just decided to do a very early one today. Yeah, 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 it's going to be an event. I wasn't going to go to the wedding, because of, well, I'm not really that rich, but my sister said, "You gotta go, Randy, you gotta go." And probably, yeah, oh yeah, yeah, that's no doubt. Good luck to him. Yeah, I'm sure he's gonna. Oh, he does have a happy life. Yeah, he will have a happy life. Of course, me, I never got married, so at this point, I don't think I will unless I hit the lottery and go to the Philippines. Yeah, yeah, he's like a contractor type. He contracts people to go to like homes and why help people with their day-to-day activities. There's so many elderly that need help that they can't afford the cost of the professional, so he gets the low cost people, stuff like that. You know, some people claim that he's a cutthroat, but they can say what they want. Who cares? Yeah, life is a cutthroat business. Yeah, life is a cutthroat business. Yeah, I just you watch those past YouTube videos. There's just one channel, this Chrysler channel, way back in the 60s and 70s. Chrysler was ahead of its time. While the other car companies had like just lights on their car in case of danger, Chrysler had gauges on their cars. They had safety features too. Yeah, they had a bunch of safety features, plus their engines were the fastest. Well, I know because one time I had a 1972 Oldsmobile Delta 88 with a 352 barrel. I raced a 72 Chrysler Newport four door. I think it probably the 444 barrel it had to. When I raced that Newport not only beat me, it disappeared. The Newport disappeared on me. Yeah, it was weird. It disappeared. That's how fast that Newport was. Yeah, those Newports were quick. I mean, they were a big tub. Yeah, but they were quick. Yeah, they. Oh yeah, then they used Furies for police cars too. Of course, sure. My dad had a '69 Plymouth Fury detective car with a 389 four-barrel high performance. One time, my brother made him mad. I was out by the curb out in 47 the DuPont. My father got so mad, the tires peeled out for half a block. He pissed. He was like a 4-year-old kid, my little brother. He made my dad so mad. He peeled out for half a block. And I'm sitting there like this because my dad was normally a safe driver. He always drove the speed limit. And once in a blue moon, he'll go fast, but not very often. I mean, on average, I try to stay within the speed limit boundaries. I go 1 or 2 miles an hour faster myself, to be honest with you. Legal, of course, but I drive the speed limit unless you got some bozo behind you riding the bumper. Then you gotta, yeah, yeah. Sometimes you have a bozo behind you, kind of ride the bumper. You gotta go a little faster sometimes, especially if they drive some honker or something that can run you off the road. Especially when you got a tiny little car. That's one of the reasons I'm a little leery of driving a motorcycle because you got these yo-yos that, yeah, those bozos and yo-yos, they just like to just ride behind you. Let's see, there's a good example. I'll use 2 batteries. Say this us, idiot. Just follow you inches behind. Yeah, there's one time years ago when I had the LTD2, I had a semi driver, no kidding, from Park Rapids to Monaga. He was living this far from my LTD2, and that was rear wheel drive. That car is known to slide around. That close all the way to Monaga. As soon as I get to Monaga, I turned. I was even going over the speed limit. Yeah, and that semi was just like that far from my car. I was scared. I pulled over. I was shaking. I thought to myself, thank goodness I wasn't dead. Because that was a big semi, too. Yeah. But it was a 2-lane road. It's a 2-lane road from Park Rapids to Monaga. It still is. It's got to be because it's not that heavily traveled, that unless if it's summertime, the population in that area isn't very big. Unlike, say, if you go between Mankato and Owatonna and Mankato and New Ulm and Mankato and Faribault, for example, you got a lot more bigger people, or if you go from Minneapolis to Stillwater or something like that, or Minneapolis to Hutchinson, not, let's see, wait, Litchfield, Minneapolis to Litchfield. Okay, yeah, that's what I meant. Sorry about that. Yeah, from Minneapolis to Litchfield, and yeah, it's just a lot busier traffic. So you have to have those 4-lane roads, Right now, between Mankato and New Ulm, they're building a 4-lane road all the way there, and they're going around the small towns, using the exit turns because they have those like in Janesville now and Waseca, even Waseca with a 10,000 population, they have like exit turns turning to Waseca instead of going through Waseca now. Yeah, that's pretty weird. A town of 10,000 people, and they have a 4-lane road going around Waseca instead of in town, of a town that big. Yeah, that's so weird. Oh yeah, and recently when I was doing Janesville on the YouTube channel, it was just the weirdest thing. I was parked by it. I thought it was a church at first. I was parked by a church. I was goofing around. Some guy, he was a short guy with a beard. Kind of, I think he was kind of short. He looked like a. I don't know if you ever watched professional wrestling. Remember a wrestler named Dr. Death Steve Williams? This guy with a big beard, kind of a fat face. He looked like a miniature version of Dr. Death Steve Williams. He came up to me and said, "Hey, you park by my house." I said, "I thought it was a church." "No, that's my house." Sorry about that, sir. I'll park someplace else. "Yeah, you better." Yeah, yeah, I like wrestling names too, but yeah, his real name was Dr. Death Steve Williams. Yeah, guy looked like a miniature version. I used to watch a lot of that too when I was younger, but today's wrestling, it's just all acrobatics, and they're going more for the athlete than the actor nowadays, you know. And a lot of the greatest athletes are into other sports because back in the old days, professional wrestling was the highest paid sport, you know? Yeah, it just becomes stale. Yeah, yeah, even professional wrestling was kind of turning stale too, you know. Because, I mean, nowadays, okay, back then, in the old days, okay, you remember Wahoo McDaniel, that one wrestler? He used to play football. He quit football actually because wrestling paid him more money than professional football. Yeah, yeah. Wahoo McDaniel did both. That's probably why he took so much drugs to make him high all the time. Yeah, he took a lot of drugs to make him high because he was always in pain playing linebacker and pro football for mostly lousy teams too. I mean, imagine playing linebacker for an expansion team like the Miami Dolphins in the '60s. They'll murder you. Yep, Kevin Green. Yep, you remember that. And Steve McMichael. Yeah, yeah. I think Kevin Green wrestled a little more than Steve McMichael. Oh yes. Yeah, but then after a while though, in the '80s, football was paying more money than professional wrestling. I think after a while, the tide was turning. Professional baseball was really paying a lot of money. Professional basketball was really paying a lot of money. Yeah, and pro football was kind of paying a lot more money, and professional hockey was paying more money after, you know. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, that's see. Then after a while, you see, but then the professional sports, the team sports and stuff, they have unions. Plus, don't forget, um, mixed martial arts. It's getting bigger, and I think they pay as much money probably as pro wrestling. I don't know if they pay more or not. Maybe not. Or maybe in most cases they do. There's more mixed martial arts minor leagues now than professional wrestling. There's more of the mixed martial arts minor leagues now. Yeah. If I had a bunch of money, or if I had a little bit of money, I'd rather go to a mixed martial arts fight because it's real. Yeah, I know the minor leagues are going to be as exciting as the pros. I don't care. I mean, even those guys that get what $10, $20 a fight, they'd beat up almost anybody on earth. Yeah, they'd kill me. They'd have me laying on my bed forever. Yeah, they'd have me laying on my bed forever. Those mixed martial arts people, even the ones for $10 a fight. Yeah, I just think for mixed martial arts, when they had that Ultimate Fighter, they had guys just pounding each other just to share a room in the house, just pounding each other. It's crazy. Yeah, I wouldn't do that, but they do. Because a lot of those guys came from the streets. Yeah, a lot of those guys came from the streets. A lot of them came from poor families. They got beat up. I mean, they got beat up by their parents first, of course, mom or dad or uncle or step parents. You know, I'm sure there's a couple of them that got unfortunately violated as children, and stuff like that. And then they get real mad and then they take up mixed martial arts so that way they get paid instead of going to prison because even or mixed martial arts and pro boxers, they even said in interviews, some of them, hey, if it wasn't for that, I'd be in prison. And they're probably right. Thank goodness they're in those sports, because I'd rather have them be there than be in prison. Imagine if one of us had a relative that was in prison and meeting some guy who was equivalent to a fighter. Oh, geez. Now imagine if that person likes him for a relationship. Oh, boy. That'd be a sticky situation, so to speak. That'd be a very sticky situation. Yeah. Just aspirin. Yeah. Yeah. As far as today's athletes are concerned, I know a lot of people probably disagree. I think today's athletes are better, but I think the great talkers, I think they're in the mixed martial arts now instead of in pro wrestling. They're in mixed martial arts now. Yeah. Oh yeah. I don't know if you watch any mixed martial arts of some kind. Yeah. See, I don't know. Do you watch? Which one do you watch? UFC? Do you watch Bellator or PFL or whatever? Because they, yeah, some of those guys, they're just funny the way they. Yeah, some of them are just funny. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I watch Bellator myself, and yeah, yeah, I watched this guy named AJ McKee. Boy, that guy can interview. Yeah, I gotta go to those in person myself sometime. The minor leagues, of course. Yeah, the pros, they want $500,000. Too much money for me to go. I can't afford that. Yeah, that's for $500. That's the nosebleed section. I can't even afford the nosebleeds. I see him. I see him. You know, from way in the back. Yeah, speaking of that, I've been to a pro event. The time the Minnesota Twins played baseball in the '70s and they stunk. I remember Metropolitan Stadium. I sat in this pillar because I had a pillar. I sat in the pillar. My dad and uncle had to sit in the seats where they saw the ball game. I sat in the pillar. I said, "Dad, can I switch seats with one of you?" And Dad said, "No, you sit there. He says, I'm paying for the ticket. You sit there." He says, "Ed sits over there. You sit there." All I saw was the pillar or the girder or whatever you call it. Yeah, yeah, I did go to a couple games. The first one I went to was when the Twins were playing against the Kansas City Royals, and Bert Blyleven went against Paul Splittorff 3-1. I remember that. Yeah, oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, I remember like I was talking to my dad. It was I think it was Bert Blyleven. He's mad about his contract, and then my dad was saying, "Yeah, they had to trade Bert Blyleven. He makes too much money." I thought to myself, Dad, are you nuts? A great pitcher like Bert Blyleven, you're going to trade him? A guy who's a master at the curveball? I mean, he played for Twins teams. I mean, there was a baseball book in 1974. It even said there is too many designated hitters that played out in the field. Yeah, a lot of those guys couldn't catch the ball to save their life. Yeah, because Calvin Griffith, he was a cheapskate, you know. He was a cheapskate. A lot of guys didn't want to play for the Twins at the time. Yeah, a lot of guys back then didn't want to play for the Twins. Yeah. And see, then the next time I saw him play against the Seattle Mariners in the doubleheader, the Seattle swept it. They were a crappy team. Yeah, that's true. Some guys won't sign with a losing team. Now, though, well, now with baseball with all that money, hmm, yeah, well, it's tough to get on the Yankees and Red Sox and Dodgers now, and some of the higher priced teams. Oh, the Chicago Cubs. I forgot about the Chicago Cubs. Yeah, they pay players a lot, but see, well, the Cubs always have bad luck. They get guys and they get injured all the time. It's just so weird, you know. Yeah, they get these guys. They get guys and then they're always injured. Weird. It's just so weird. They just have bad luck. Yeah, and the Twins, we're a middle income team. We signed some star players, but at the same time we signed some guys that a lot of other teams don't want too. It's just weird, you know. Yeah, yeah. But uh, but now for first place in our division, I've read in Baseball Reference, there's a team that's beating them where less people are watching this year than last year. It's called the Cleveland Guardians. You know, they used to be called the Cleveland Indians, but ever since they changed the name to the Guardians, a lot of fans don't even come to the games anymore. It's just weird. It's just so weird. Yeah, just so weird. People, I mean, they're in first place. No, Guardians. I don't know. I've heard of worse teams before. Yeah, I've heard of worse team names than the Guardians. Let's see now. What are some worse teams names I'm going to think of? Uh, let's see. Well, let's see. Well, technically, St. Louis Cardinals is a cardinal bird that flies away when you make noise. Okay, technically, I like the name, but I mean, a cardinal isn't a tough bird per se, you know. Just yeah, I guess a person could do that. Yeah, yeah. But there's going to be a time though in the future. Yeah, that's true. You and me and the second person in the room. That's okay. That's all right. Whoever you're watching, that's okay. Yeah, but there's going to be a time though. The Atlanta Braves name's going to be changed too. It's going to happen in the future. Probably not too far. It's going to happen. Mhm. And in time, the Chicago Blackhawks are going to change too. They're going to change their name. Yeah, I don't. I don't doubt it. No. Remember, they changed the Cleveland Indians name to the Guardians. They did that. And they changed the Washington Redskins name to the Washington. What's that Washington name again? I can't think. I'll look it up. The Washington, the Washington Commandos. Yeah, the Washington Commandos. That's right. I had to look it up on Google. Sorry about that. Yeah. In time, team names will be changed. They will be. That's the way it goes. You know, that's the way it goes. You know, it's different. Yeah, it's tough to think of team names. You know, nowadays. Technically, the Minnesota Vikings, the real Vikings, which are my ancestors in Norway, the real Vikings invaded villages, burned them down, and ugh, they did awful things to people. The Vikings, which is me, technically. Yeah, and the Pittsburgh Pirates. Pirates are actually evil people who steal from people all the time. The pirates, and let's see. Then you got the Chicago White Sox, named after socks that are white, and Boston Red Sox, which socks are red. Hmm, interesting. You know, just yeah, yeah. It's just yeah. I don't know. It's just so weird how things have changed over the years. You know, as an old dude myself, I've seen so much, So much change. So much change over the years. So much. Yeah. Electronics have changed a lot. I remember that Mattel football game where you did that thing. Yeah, you never know. Pittsburgh popcorn. There you go. Yeah. Well, there's the New Jersey Generals, the United States Football League team. I remember that. The Birmingham Stallions. I remember that. Let's see. The Philadelphia Stars. Yeah. That's a shame the USFL, didn't succeed. I was cheering for the USFL to actually succeed, you know, because they had some good players in that football league at the time. Yeah, yeah, they had like the Denver Gold. I mean, they won a lot of games, and they were the cheapest paying team in the league, by far the cheapest, but they were always winning. The Denver Gold. Yeah, oh yeah, yeah, and let's see, then they called themselves the Chicago Blitz, and they moved to Arizona. Then I think that, yeah, Arizona Wranglers and Chicago Blitz, the teams relocated. They traded with each other. It was just weird how that was set up. Remember that? Yeah, yeah. It's just weird in the old days about sports and stuff. Yeah, things are different now. They're different. Music's different. Shows are different. Even me doing this is different. God, years ago when I was a younger man, I used to do so many voice imitations. It wasn't funny. But like I said, I was a stupid moron for smoking cigarettes for 10 years and ruining my voice, ruining my breathing. I was stupid for smoking cigarettes, almost a pack a day. Or the Marlboro Silver Box they used to sell. That, the Marlboro Silver Box. Oh, or Marlboro Gold, sometimes they call that. Those things, when you smoke those, that'll take your breath away. Yeah, yeah. I would have kept smoking those. I would have been dead. Yep, yeah. Those cigarettes that take your breath away. They were by far the strongest cigarettes I ever had. And yes, I remember the Marlboro Reds. They were pretty strong, but actually, some cigarettes did taste better than others. That was the weirdest thing at the time. But no cigarettes for me, no thanks. Okay, you couldn't pay me. I don't care how much money I'm offered. I will not smoke cigarettes. Not me. No way. Anybody smoke cigarettes? I'm gonna have to walk away because I can't stand smell of cigarettes anymore. I'm not one of those type of do-gooders myself. They shouldn't have smoking in restaurants and stuff. See, that's one thing I liked about Louisiana, the state of Louisiana. They had smoking and non-smoking sections, and say for businesses like restaurants and stores. Okay, restaurants in Louisiana. If you want a totally non-smoking restaurant, that's okay. Fine, put a sign up in Louisiana. But a lot of times they have smoking and non-smoking. Yeah, that's how they did it in Louisiana. Yeah. But then I went to this one bar with Brian. Unfortunately, they were playing a bunch of songs. Yeah, so Brian was, yeah, we were so bad at pool. It was yeah, we were just terrible at pool. But I couldn't put it up you know, because of the music. They were playing Madonna's music and stuff, and YouTube put the flags on me at the time. So yeah, anytime you have music on, like in a mall and stuff like that, YouTube, they'll put the flags on you. That's why I call it the penalty flags. It was, there you go. Yeah. Oh, that's true. Yeah. But I think nowadays in rooms, I think in capitals they have totally non-smoking. And I think they have a place where they smoke outside now, yeah. Because otherwise, the non-smoking politicians are going to start crabbing and stuff. They'll say, "Well, I got a granddaughter that loves me, and what if I die and or grandchild, and my grandchild's going to miss me or something like that?" They'll do stuff like that. It's in some states. I'm not saying all states. Some states, you know. Yeah, I think it depends on the state. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's true. The politicians aren't really clear because sometimes politicians are like paid by some groups out there. Certain political groups, certain political activists, and some political businesses. So technically, they got to talk and spin to get the votes. You know, on a technicality. Because, like I say, I'm a non-political channel, but politicians that support certain parties, they're gonna. True, they can't, but sometimes they don't really want to because they're not. Say for politicians, they're not going to say if there's a spill someplace, say an oil spill somewhere, they're not going to say, "Oh, spilled oil got spilled in the town of let's say the oil truck that spilled in Little Falls, Minnesota, out by Little Falls in a swamp," which actually happened, by the way. Politicians are going to say like, "Well, let's say the oil spill was in Little Falls. Well, we'll try to clean most of it up. And a little bit of oil's in the swamp. I mean, who cares? I mean, we're going to kill a couple of fish." Well, they can't say that. You know, got to be careful, especially the politicians that get money from oil companies. I mean, there's another thing is everybody uses oil and gas. There's oil in phones. There's oil in this, oil in this, probably oil in my shirt too. They use oil and just oil for vehicles. So it's like this and this. So the politicians got to kind of talk and dance. That's the thing. You got to be educated, basically, or to be a politician, and most of them are. Most politicians are well educated. Yeah. Well, yeah. So most politicians are well educated. Oh, yeah. They may talk like idiots at times, but then you look at their background. They could be lawyers and stuff like that. They're not idiots. If they're lawyers or say medical doctors or stuff like that. Hey, you know, but sometimes some of them talk like idiots because it works, and some of them are like multimillionaires. They'll dress up like farmers. They live in a small town. You know, yeah, that's the way it works in the politics. I mean, look at for example, the Bushes. Say George Bush Jr. for example. Remember him? Yeah, he's actually a very rich man, but he talked like he came from a small town. He's probably the type of guy he probably work on a vehicle and get his hands greasy and doesn't care. I bet he could do that, you know. But he talked like a guy from a small town, you know. Oh, he did. Oh, yeah, okay. He lives in Crawford, Texas, in a ranch. Yeah, okay, Crawford's a small town. I got it. Yeah, okay. Yeah. See, that's how it works, and sometimes when people run for president, vice president, and stuff like that, you have to have one that did this and another that did that. You can't put two at the same time. I learned that in history class way back. You have to have them like in different backgrounds in order for them to win, and you can't have them be friends. You can't really have them be friends because in history, most presidents and vice presidents are not friends. They're not friends at all. Most are not friends. They probably don't even like each other. But they have to listen. They have to listen because when the political strategist tells them, "Hey, man, you got to have so and so as your vice president," Say some guy who doesn't like me or some woman that doesn't like me, I'm gonna have to say, okay, you know, you're gonna have to say okay, because you can't have your brother or sister be a vice president, or you can't have your neighbor, whoever it is, a good friend of yours that likes to go to the mall or something. No, can't have that. That's how it works. It's just weird. It's weird how things work in life, isn't it? It's weird how things work. Oh, I love this spring water. Whenever I can afford it, I buy the spring water. It's my favorite. My favorite spring water, Evian or Evian or whatever people want to call it. That actually comes all the way from France. Yeah, yeah. I'm half French, so that's why I drink the water because it comes from France, and I'm a half French guy. You know, parlez-vous français means, do you speak French? I don't speak much of it. You know. Well, the third person that stopped by, thank you for stopping by. Yeah, and I'm half Norwegian too. Half French. Yep, that's my ancestry. Half French and half Norwegian. Yep, French from my mother's side and Norwegian from my father's side. Yeah, so I'm half and half. Yeah, I'm like a lot of people out there. You know, we're not full blooded anymore because most people generally are not full blooded because you have immigrants from other countries coming in now, and they're mixing it up. And I mean, personally, I don't care. If one loves another, great. Italian, German, and English. Oh yes. Let's see, the Ferrari, the Mercedes Benz, and the Rolls Royce. Yeah, and for the French, it's the Porsche, and for Norway, I don't know what vehicle they build. Oh, for France, it's the Porsche. Yeah, I just figure what kind of vehicles they have and stuff like that. You know, I just feel what kind of vehicles they have. Yeah, yeah. I did mention about the Cardinal. I bought this lacrosse thermostat at Menards. It's made in China. I don't know if you can see that or not. Yeah. Well, it's about 76 degrees in the room. Pretty accurate thermometer. It's about $2.30 at Menards or something like that. Keeps accurate temperature. Yep, that's true. Yeah, my grandfather Thomas, his relatives, they lived in Hallingdal, and that's a very mountainous country. Yep, I think it's. I'll ask Google. Uh, Hallingdal, Norway, mountainous. Yeah, let's see. Oh, I guess Hallingdal isn't really a town. It's like a valley or something like that. Yeah, I think my relatives live out in the country, but it's called Hallingdal or something like that. I don't know, but it's mountainous. Yes, you're right about that. Yeah, it's mountainous, and my mother's side, somewhere in France, but she didn't really say. I don't know if it's Paris or Versailles. I don't know. It's a bigger town, I guess. I don't know. It's on the ancestry, but I don't believe in it unless I win the lottery and get a professional to dig up the past for me. I don't know. I don't know. And I saved all the photographs because if I wouldn't have saved them, they'd have been in the trash can. You know. Yeah, yeah, they've been in the trash can. But I saved them. Yeah, yeah, that's the way it goes. That's the way it goes, yeah. Yeah, that's the way it goes. Mhm. Oh, man. Yeah. Oh, yeah, let's see now. Oh, yes, and, yeah, let's see, I bought this for, which was it? Yeah, $2 at a thrift shop. All because of this little hole down there. And they were going to charge $24.99 for it. Yeah, I think it's just somebody that has a skill in making this. Yeah, I like it. Yeah, and I bought these for a couple bucks in the clearance rack at Walmart. For trick or treats. Yeah, you'd be surprised what they find. And as you see here, I snipped off my Buick Park Avenue hood ornament in case I get rid of my car. Because nowadays, the only cars with hood ornaments now is like Mercedes Benz. They don't put hood ornaments on vehicles anymore. Nope. Most of them anyway. Yep. That's why I snipped it off so I could save it. Yep. You know, maybe somebody out there can have a collection of hood ornaments. Just go to a junkyard, be honest with the junkyard, and snip it off and pay whatever they charge, and you got a hood ornament. That'd be a great hood ornament collection. Yeah. Of course, the '60s hood ornaments, they all disappeared. I think it's mostly family car, but that's okay. Hey, family cars have a history too, as well as your fancy sports cars. Yeah. Yep. Your family cars have history besides sports cars. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, let's see. Now, what else do I have to say today? I'm going to use my pea brain to think. Let's see. Woo-hoo. Oh, yeah. I paid this on clearance for, I think it was $30 at Target. Guess it does work pretty good. You guys said it has. The thing is, when you put this on, it kind of goes down, so you got to hold the bugger up. Okay, I got to hold this booger up. Yeah. Well, let's see now. Oh, we'll change hats. There we go. There we go. I'll change my hat. Wear this for a while. It's more comfortable, actually. The hat's a little tighter, but if I have long hair, it doesn't really fit. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. I wear short hair all the time now because long hair gets in the way, and when I wear long hair, cops are always staring at me and thinking I'm up to no good. Whoever you are, second person, thanks for stopping by. Okay. And yeah. Yep. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Let's see now. What else do I have to say? Yeah. Yeah. About my YouTube channel, I got to think of new things. I can't do same old, same old, same old. Got to think of new things to do. Hopefully, I can get some interviews going with various people if I can. I'll talk to relatives, but I'm not going to guarantee anything. I'm not going to guarantee anything. I'll have to learn how to use the whatever it is that's used. Yeah, it'll probably be tape delay interviews, probably more than likely. It won't be live. It'll probably be tape delay, and that's okay too. You know, tape delay sometimes is better because with tape delay, a person can edit the stuff, and yeah, a person can do that. Just edit things that's not liked or whatever. I just hope I can get some. I just hope I can get some interesting people. I hope so. But we'll see. Like I say, no guarantees. There's one I'll probably get for sure. I'm not going to say who it is, but maybe he won't do it. He won't. I won't have it. I'm not going to guarantee anything at this point because I know in the past I've guaranteed things before and something doesn't happen. You know? Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I was going to. Yeah, I hear you. Yeah. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Yeah. Oh boy. Thinking. Oh, yes. Yeah. Oh, I was going to show you something quick. Oh. This is my little brother's Grinch hat. Should put eyes on it. The mean one, Mr. Grinch. That was my little brother's that died. And he died, so yeah. I got some other hats and stuff too. Yeah. Yeah. Got some other hats too. Mhm. Yeah. Oh, let's see. If I have nothing else to say, maybe I just call it a show or something. Hmm. Timestamp guy, I'm good to. I'm, to be honest with you, I'm ready. Yeah, I'm running out of things to say. Sorry about that, timestamp guy. So I thank you very much for stopping by and chatting with me, and any other chatters that came and went and weren't interested. Thank you too, and thank you for future people watching reruns of my show. And I promise, in the next 25,000 YouTube views, that it'll be better. I'll try my best, but I hope so. Thank you for the like.